This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Body of 15-year-old Fogo Road High student found in Summerfield River. The body of 15-year-old Fogo Road High School student Tavan Patterson was found at a river in Danks, Savoy, Summerfield in Clarendon on Monday morning. Patterson, who lived in Thompsontown, was last seen by his uncle at about 6 a.m. on Thursday, September 1, the day he went missing. In an earlier interview with his mother, Sharika Smith, she told the news that her niece in Chapeltown informed her that Patterson texted her that he was going to Summerfield and would visit her on his way back. Her first clue to something being wrong was a strange phone call she received at about 1 p.m. on the day he went missing. She noted that the caller, whose number was private, asked 3 questions before abruptly ending the call. "You know James? Are you related to James? You know him at?" Counselor for the Chapeltown Division, Herschel Brown, who lives close to where the body was discovered, described it as a very sad situation. The body seemed to have been bloated and appeared to have been there for a while. "It's extremely sad and frustrating. I am hoping that it is not a homicide. At this point, we haven't been told if it is, so we are still waiting," he quipped. Efforts to get an update from the Chapeltown police have proven unsuccessful. Brothers freed of killing uncle. 2 brothers who were charged with the murder of their uncle have been freed in the Trelawney Parish Court after the parish judge upheld the submissions by attorney-at-law Abledon Foote that there was no intention to kill their relative Clive Clark. Foote submitted that one of the brothers struck Clark in defense of his brother, who was being attacked by him. The brothers, Shamaria Green and Michael Hyman, both of Tyre District in Trelawney, had accused their uncle on February 20 this year of stealing chickens from their chicken farm. A report was made to the police, but Clark left the area before the police came. Later that same day, the uncle returned to the premises and an argument ensued between him and Green. During the argument, Clark reportedly brandished a machete and was in the process of attacking Green when Hyman used a piece of board to hit him in the back of the head. Clark fell to the ground and was subsequently taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The brothers were charged with murder. A committal hearing was held last month to establish if the prima facie case was made out for the brothers to stand the trial. The prosecution relied on the caution statements given by the accused brothers, which outlined the circumstances that led to the death of their uncle. Foote, who represented the brothers, submitted that the prosecution did not make out a prima facie case against the 2 accused. Foote argued that it was clear that Hyman had no intention to kill his uncle and only struck him in defense of his brother. The judge upheld the submissions and the men were freed last week, Friday. Father and the son hit off motorcycle in Clarendon killed. Several residents of the Salt River community in Clarendon are calling for justice following the death of 2 men in a crash along the Salt River Main Road Monday morning. The deceased men have been identified as 50-year-old Wayne Tutti Edwards Sr. and his son 30-year-old Wayne Trimpy Edwards Jr. Residents claim the accident could have been avoided if reports of the alleged reckless driving of the company vehicle by an employee were taken seriously. Sasha Gay Crooks Stewart, a relative of Edwards Jr., said he was transporting his father to work when a company vehicle hit them from their motorcycle. They both died on the scene. Nordia Smith, Edwards Sr.'s spouse, said she got a call that they were hit from their bike by a speeding vehicle. She fought back the tears as she explained that they were the breadwinners for their families. "We want justice for them," she sobbed. A neighbor who identified herself as Antoinette said she too received a call that there was a bike accident and that Tutti and Trimpy dead. "I feel hurt about this because we have been making complaints to the company about the drivers that they have, and nothing was done until this happened this morning," she said, adding that the men were 2 hardworking people. The younger Edwards, she said, operates a business at the Salt River Mineral in addition to his regular job at Jamalco. Both, she said, were employed by the company. 25-year-old wanted in connection to police shooting. The St. Catherine North Police have identified a suspect in connection with the shooting of a police inspector in Linstead, St. Catherine on Monday. The police inspector has been identified as Damian Butler. The suspect, 25-year-old Randall Gallimore, otherwise called Nibs, of Wakefield in Linstead, has now been listed as wanted. He is being urged to immediately turn himself into the Spanish Town police station. Reports are that the inspector accosted a man who aroused his suspicion, and during the confrontation, the man pulled a firearm and fired, hitting the policeman. The cop has been admitted to hospital in stable condition. Anyone with information that can assist the police in locating Gallimore is being asked to contact the Spanish Town Police at 876-984-2305, Crime Stop at 311, or the Police 119 number. Curfew imposed in St. Andrew South. A curfew has been imposed in Whitfield town in the St. Andrew South Division. The curfew began at 6 p.m. yesterday and will continue until 6 p.m. on Wednesday, September 7. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows: north along Berwick from Waltham Park Road to Maxfield Avenue, east along Maxfield Avenue from Berwick Road to Alexander Road, south along Alexander Road from Maxfield Avenue to Waltham Park Road, west along Waltham Park Road from Alexander Road to Berwick Road. The police are reminding persons that during the hours of curfew, all persons within the boundaries of the curfew are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized in writing by the ground commander. Man who threatened to kidnap women and girls now in custody. A man that was seen in a 55-second video threatening to kidnap girls and women across Mandeville, Manchester is in police custody. Head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Shane McCullough confirmed the arrest. McCullough told the news that investigations are ongoing while the police await reports from the mental health facility at the Mandeville Regional Hospital. A news source had earlier disclosed that the man suffers from a mental illness. In the video posted on social media site TikTok, the man stated that he was on a mission for the devil. "I am promising all of you that lives in Manchester, that on Monday when school returns, I will be taking all girl kids. I will be driving around and I will be taking your child. I will be taking all women and all girls because we need them for an experiment. The devil needs them for an experiment," he said. Temper school among Linstead taxi operators. Tempers have cooled among taxi operators in Linstead, St. Catherine, after the police agreed to a meeting this weekend to discuss the concerns about the traffic changes implemented in the town recently. The traffic changes are at the trial phase. However, the taxi operators, who again withdrew their services on Monday, say they will be operating contrary to their road license if the changes are made permanent. Inspector Maxine Russell Thomas, a sub-officer in charge of the Linstead Police Station, says following an informal meeting Monday morning, it was agreed that the parties will again meet on Sunday evening.
They have decided to work with us based on the discussion that we had this morning, and we are going to continue with the changes that we have in place since last week. However, as I said, we are going to have further discussions. The plan is really to meet with Transport Authority persons, the parish council representative, the councillors, as also the Taxi Association president, so that we can hear exactly what it is that we can do to have everybody on one accord or in agreement with the changes and moving smoothly forward.
Roadblocks removed in St. Thomas. Access has been restored to the Quahill and Amity Hall Main Road, which leads to the Ken Jones Highway. The Ken Jones Highway borders St. Thomas and Portland. The Leith Hall Main Road, which is west of Port Morant, has also been reopened. Residents blocked the thoroughfares on Monday morning as they protested poor road conditions and the delays in ongoing work under the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. Despite the police presence in the area, the residents have vowed to continue blocking the roads until work resumes.
We drive on this road every day, every single day, and we see no work done. All we see is use some backhoe, just dig up some place and leave it, just like that. That's our biggest problem. We cannot drive in a good road. Even when the man them dig up the road, them don't even pave it back because that's we can't drive on it. So we don't have no road, no single road we don't have. You understand? So that is our major issues on this road. So that's why we're out here today. And we're non-stopping until we get resolved.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.